Just take a little drive up here again. Very careful, eyes. I'm not going to really leave this area now until the end of drive. Tim, how's it? Tim saying, that's a pity actually. Tim, I remember definitely answering that question to quite a degree yesterday. Perhaps when we went back out. Anyway, doesn't matter. Tim was asking, what's the most intelligent of the cats? So we're just looking around very carefully. And I'm not going to go into it in depth as I did yesterday, but Tim, I'm inclined to say at the moment leopard, just because we've seen so many leopard here, or so much time with them. And certainly Gorilla and the boys and the interaction and receptiveness and sensitivity and communication I've experienced with them has really been phenomenal for me. I've learned a lot about leopards in general, leopards more specifically about these three, and I've been again amazed at what I've learned from animal behavior, or about animal behavior, from these three cats, and also other leopards we see, but I mean ultimately we get to know these guys really well. And just their ability to adapt to lots of different habitats and terrains and even resources that are available. What I was saying yesterday is typically intelligence is measured by a variety of things. One of them being the ability to communicate, so physical sounds and body language and so on. The other one is ability to adapt to food resources, or to resources. In other words, to utilize various resources to make you capable of surviving in different habitats. And the third one is social structure, the ability to interact with each other. Now, lions and leopard actually traditionally, and these days unfortunately lots of areas you don't find them anymore where you used to find them, but traditionally those animals can survive in pretty much anything from most deserts. I mean, unless you really go to the hardcore sand deserts of the Sahara or Namibia, they can survive in deserts up to sort of very thick bush velds and savanna and so forth for lions and leopard, but leopard also all the way up to jungles. So leopard have got a wider habitat and resource sort of structure that they can adapt to. Communication, I mean, lions perhaps communicate more to more individuals because of the pride structure, and obviously they've got that social aspect to them. But what I was saying yesterday, and this is something I didn't really know much about until having spent more time in this area where you really get to see leopard and get to know individual leopard. I mean, Sabi-San's brilliant for that, getting to know individual leopards and their neighbours and so on, and understanding the bigger leopard structure. They don't live in cohesive units like lions. There really is a lot of interaction sort of amongst neighbours, and it's quite organised and orchestrated even. Meaning by safari, for instance, who used to be dominant here, is now dominant for southwest. Gorilla is now here, and in the meantime Gorilla and her two cubs, Siseka and Tingana, who many of us know well, and they've set up territory sort of between here and there, and how to elaborate in that sense. My answer in the end yesterday was, for now, okie dokie, sounds good again. So just to finish that off, Tim, for the moment I'm going to probably go with leopard just because we're seeing a lot of them, but hopefully in the next while or next somewhere we might find ourselves in a place where I spend a lot of time with these impalas. Are more relaxed now, which is good for them, I guess, or good for whatever might be looking at them. Lieschen is using those eagle's eyes. She's staring into every little shadow and shape in the bush, trying to find his leopard. Hey? Let's go around that side. Do a little turn. Let's go back that side. Lieschen was looking at something and followed. We could just get a feeling. Well, you know what they say about women and their sixth sense. Sixth sense. See, I can't even speak properly today. Tired. In a good way. Yeah, so at some stage maybe we'll have pride of lions and we'll really get to know lions a lot and we'll get to spend the kind of sort of get to know time that we have done with the leopards, and then I might say lions again. But I don't think there's much of a difference. They're both very, I say shrewdness probably more so than intelligence with the big cats. Big cats. He's just, no, it's in here somewhere. I actually have very little doubt about it. It's just... And the request about Lieshen's hippo call. Unfortunately, the hippo call is going to have to wait until next time that he can go and drive with us here or somewhere. And Lieschen has been doing a lot of I can't even say elephant. She has been doing a lot of elephant rumblings, yeah. And she did 2 hours of game rides. You'll be forgiven for not doing a hippo. Wait, what? No.
What is that?
No, I don't think so. Franklin's, but not convincing enough. I want Franklin's to go, leopard, 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 leopard. Then we'll go look. I don't want them to go, what was that? What was that? What was that? Because then it's maybe just the grass that's moving. It's windy at the moment, so we have to really make sure we get exactly what they're saying before we go and rush after the Franklins now. Lieschen, you enjoy this, huh? This, the tracking aspect of it. I mean, I've seen that in a little bit over a year that Lieshen's been out here permanently now. I've enjoyed seeing how you've grown in terms of you've got a very good natural affinity for animal behavior, which is quite a good thing. Yeah, but it is. I've seen that since the early days. Early days, in fact, when you came to visit the first time. That's maybe why you can at least understand me to an extent. And but also just, you know, you've practiced and trained your eye to spot things, and that's something that will keep growing, developing perhaps rather than growing. It's natural, yeah. Can't help it. I know you are. Come on, leopards! I know you're here. It would be brilliant to find them like the last 5 minutes of the drive, or not. Not much, this and that. We might have some lions towards Bush Lodge area, far away from where we can go. But perhaps not finding the leopard would be just as fitting. Ultimately, the leopard that's not being found is very representative of leopards. So it's brilliant at camouflaging themselves and being sort of an invisible presence. There's leopards there. I mean, I know if you know us long enough, you'll know that we're not making this up. We can feel them there. They're there. I can taste it. It's just whether they decide to get up and move and we get to see them, or the impalas get to see them or something, or whether they decide to just take a nap and move in the next hour when it's dark. It's getting a bit dark. It is. Let me just finish turning around. Get some light on the subject. Whew.